Hi. Today we are going to work on probably the most basic movement that there is in tango, which is the change of weight. Now, when we talk about change of weight, we are not talking only about this, about changing your weight from one foot to another in zero position. This is just the most basic. But you could, for example, have your legs crossed when you change the weight, like this. This is something that happens often in several figures in tango. You could, of course, have the other leg in front when you change your weight. You could also change the foot that is in front in every change of weight, like this. This is sometimes called change of leg, cambio de piernas in Spanish. You could also change the foot that is behind in every change of weight, like this. Yeah? So we have seen now 4 different kinds of change of weight that we can use. What we're going to do today is, first we will start with our warm-up like usual, then we will do different exercises for each one of these changes of weight with the metronome, and then, as is usual in this class, we will combine pivots of 90 degrees to both sides with the changes of weight to make the exercises more interesting and more useful. The point of the class is to show you a wide variety of different kinds of changes of weight in different contexts that you can use in your dance. And even if you don't use all of the variations that we're going to see today, at least they can inspire you. They can give you ideas that you can try later when you dance tango. Okay, so let's start with the warm-up. Okay, let's do the warm-up. It's the same one as every class. We will change it from time to time in the next classes, but this is a very, very good warm-up for tango because it works out all the parts of your body and it leaves you ready for dancing. So we start with feet together and then we start with shoulder rotations. As always, use only the shoulders and don't use the elbows, okay? And we will do 8. So let's start slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we will do circles with the arms. Remember, we start down, then we go forward, then we go up. Remember to stretch the elbows and keep the shoulders down, and then open the arms to the sides. At this point we open the chest and then down, and then we start again, very slowly. Okay, we do 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. This will be great for your embrace later. It will give you a chest forward and relaxed shoulders, which is always good. Now we do our stretch for the sides of the torso. So we put one arm up and then we slide down our leg with the hand until we can touch our knee more or less. So we keep this stretch for 3 seconds and then we use the hand that is up to pull ourselves to the vertical again. And then we drop the arm and we repeat to the other side. So we do 4 to each side. Let's start with the right. Up, down to the leg, hold it, 1, 2, 3, and then up again and drop the arm. This was 1. Now to the other side. Arm up, slide down your leg, hold it, 1, 2, 3, and then pull yourself up, and then drop the arm. 2, arm up, slide down your leg, hold the stretch, up, drop the arm, 2, arm up, slide down your leg, down, up, drop the arm, 3, arm up, slide down your leg, touch the knee, hold it, up, drop the arm, 3, arm up, slide down your leg, touch the knee, hold the stretch, and up, drop the arm, and the last one. Arm up, slide down your knee, hold it, and arm up and down. And the last one, to this side, down the knee, hold it, up, and drop the arm. Then we open our legs, more or less the same width as our shoulders. We bend the knees, we keep the hip and the head looking forward. We make a circle with the arms in front of us, and we do rotations for the torso. We do 16 to each side. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 8 more. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Great. Now we stretch the legs. I'll do it profile so you can see. And then we are going to bend on the hip and stretch the lower leg. So first we put our hands behind our head like this. Then we bend down until our back is parallel with the floor. Then we keep going down until we hang down from our hip. We bounce 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then we recover the parallel back to the floor, and then we go up. And we do it 8 times, okay? So let's go. 1, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. 2, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. 3, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. 4, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. 5, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. 6, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. 7, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. And the last one, 8, parallel to the floor, bounce, 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 parallel to the floor, and up. The next one, we keep the legs open and the knees straight, heels on the floor. We grab our hips, we go back, we go side with the hip. At this point you feel a stretch on the inside of the leg. Then we go forward, we go to the other side, you should feel the stretch on the inside of the other leg, and then we go back. We keep the head more or less in the same place all the time. It's only the hip moving, okay? And we do 8 circles to one direction and then 8 circles to the other direction. So let's go. And 1, 2, 3, make a big circle. 4, keep the legs stretched. 5, 6, 7, 8. And now to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and the last one is to strengthen our lower leg and our feet. So we start bouncing 3 times with the knees bent. Bounce, 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 then we stretch the knees, and then we push the floor down so that we go on the toes, and we hold this position for 3 seconds, okay? Be careful that your legs don't open like this. This is dangerous, yeah? Try to keep your feet really straight and your ankles together, okay? So let's do it 8 times. We go down on the knees, bounce, 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 stretch the knees, go up, hold it 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 2, bounce, 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 stretch, hold it, 1, 2, 3. 3, bounce, 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 stretch, go up, hold it, 1, 2, 3. 4, bounce, 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 stretch the legs, go up, hold it, 1, 2, 3. 5, bounce, 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 go up, hold it, 1, 2, 3. 6, bounce, 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 stretch, go up, hold it, 1, 2, 3. 7, bounce, 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 stretch, go up, hold it, 1, 2, 3. And the last one, 8, bounce, 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 stretch the legs, go up, hold it, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are done. Let's go for the first exercise of change of weight. So, first exercise for change of weight with our feet together in 0 position, the most basic one. Now, before we start, I would like to define a few terms, musical terms, so that we are on the same page for each exercise and you understand quickly how each exercise works. So, as usual, I have set my metronome to 2 beats per bar and a tempo of 58 BPM, quite slow. Now, the first beat of the bar usually is called the down beat, because when you mark it, usually you move your hand down like this. Boom, yeah? The second beat is called the up beat, because when you mark it, you move your hand up. So, when you mark the beats, would be the down beat, up beat, down beat, up beat, down beat, up beat, down beat, up beat, yeah? When we count the repetitions for our exercises, for example, we count changes of weight, we are always going to count only the down beat, yeah? And the up beat, we're going to count it as and. So we would count like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. So when we say a number, it's always the down beat. When we count the up beat, it's always and. Okay? Now, for the change of weight, the technique is as follows. It's a very basic movement, but I recommend you to pay attention to the details. For example, that when you put your foot on the floor, you make sure that your toes are relaxed and open, separated and extended forward, that you don't bend them like this. Yeah? Open the whole foot, open the toes, and put your foot on the floor as flat as possible. Try to distribute the weight of your body equally through the whole surface of your foot. Heel, ball, toes, everything is flat on the floor. And then you put your weight completely on top of the foot. And the free foot you can lift a little bit, a few millimeters, almost nothing, in order to make it free. Yeah? Don't keep it on the floor, lift it a little bit. And then make sure that the foot is open, put it flat on the floor and shift your weight to the other foot. That's the technique. Now, another thing for the timing of your movement. Try, when you change your weight, to not step on the floor too early. We all step too early. When we dance, when we practice, we have a tendency to step a little bit too soon. We want to do the movement, and we do it, and it happens a little bit sooner than it should. So, try to be as precise as possible. When you put the foot on the floor is exactly the moment that you hear the beat in the metronome. And if you can, be even a little bit late. You should not be out of time, but you should put the foot on the floor as late as you can. Use as much time as possible between changes of weight. This will improve a lot how your dance looks. in the dance floor and your perceived musicality. Okay? So let's start. Feet together, and now we are going to step on the downbeat with the right foot. So this will be one, and then this will be and, yeah, on the upbeat. And we will do it 16 times. So make sure that your posture is right, that your arms are low, put your weight on the left, and then we start with the right. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now we step on the downbeat with the left. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, now we will practice crossed changes of weight. So we are going to cross the left foot in front of the right foot. Keep your feet together, parallel. Be careful with this. Don't have the feet looking at each other. Have them parallel like this. And make sure that one knee is in front of the other knee. Don't have both knees visible from the front. The back knee has to be behind the front knee. So your legs make like an X, okay? And we will use the metronome, and we are going to step on the downbeat with the foot that is in front, okay? We will do it 16 times, like this. And 1, and 2, yeah, very slowly. And then we will change, we will cross the right foot in front of the left, and we will do it 16 times more, okay? So let's do it together. Feet together, cross the left foot in front of the right, feet together and parallel, one knee in front of the other, straight posture, and we step on the downbeat with the front foot 16 times. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And, okay? Now change your feet, cross the right foot in front of the left foot. Feet parallel, close to each other, one knee in front of the other, straight posture. And we step on the downbeat with the foot that is in front, the right one. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay? Make sure that every time you change your weight, your feet are completely flat on the floor. That you don't have more weight on the outside of the foot or the inside of the foot. Completely flat. Okay? Now let's go to the next exercise. Okay, now we're going to exercise changes of leg. So in each change of weight, we are going to change the foot that is in front. So in each change of weight, we have to move our free foot from behind to the front, okay? And as before, when you step, when you change the weight, try to have your feet close to each other, together, and parallel, not like this, parallel. And also, try to step really next to your standing foot with the free foot, so that you don't keep going forward every time you change the weight, like this. Try to stay on one place, okay? And the last thing is, when you're moving the free foot, try to make a very tight and small circle around your standing foot. Don't do a big circle like this, because now we are working with slow tempo, but later if you try this with faster tempo and you make a big movement, you just won't have time for that. So I recommend to always make a very small circle with the free foot, and to keep the foot on the floor also. Don't lift the foot like this, the free foot, because this also takes too much time. Keep it on the floor and keep the movement compact and small, okay? So we're going to do it twice. First, we're going to step with the left foot on every downbeat. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3. Left foot goes forward 16 times. And then we will do it the opposite. We will step with the right foot on front every time we hear a downbeat. So it's going to be 1 and 2. Yeah? It's basically the same movement, but we change which foot steps on the downbeat. Why not? So let's start with the first one. Put your feet together, make sure that your posture is straight, arms in tango embrace, keep your arms low, put your weight on the right foot, and now we are going to step on the downbeat with the left in front, okay? And we do it 16 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? Now we are going to step with the right foot in front on every downbeat. So put your weight on the left foot, and we will start with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? Now let's go to the next exercise. Okay, now we are going to practice change of leg by changing which foot is behind in each change of weight, like this. So it's going to be the opposite of what we did before. Instead of moving our free foot forward, yeah, we're going to move our free foot back. Okay? We will do it twice again, and on the first time we're going to step on the downbeat with the left foot, yeah? So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3, and then we will do it 16 times more by putting the right foot behind on the downbeat. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. It's the same movement, but we change which foot steps on the downbeat in each time. And remember the technical tips. Yeah, keep your feet together and move your free foot as close as possible to the standing foot. Don't do a big circle, because with faster tempos you won't have time to do that. Don't lift the foot, don't do this when you change weight, because you also don't have time for this when you do it fast. And also when you step, put the free foot as close as possible to the standing foot so that both feet are parallel. Yeah, be careful with this. Yeah? Parallel, and try that you are not going back in each change of weight. Yeah? So you have to, as much as you can, stay on one place all the time while you do the exercise. Okay? So let's use the metronome again. And now remember, we're going to step with the left foot behind on the downbeat. So put your feet together, make sure that your posture is straight, the arms are low, in tango embrace, put your weight on the right foot, and we start with the left foot back, okay? And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay? Now we're going to step on the downbeat with the right foot behind. Yeah? So feet together, and we do it 16 times. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay? Good. So with this exercise we have finished the 4 kinds of change of weight that we have in tango in one direction only. Now in the next block we're going to add pivots to each one of these exercises to make them more interesting and more useful. So let's go to the next block. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the first change of weight with feet together in 0 position, changing from one foot to another, 1 and 2, but we're going to put a 90 degrees pivot after each downbeat. So it's going to look like this: 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and. Okay? So for the pivot, the technical tips are bend your knees, yeah? Keep your legs together, and start the movement from the torso, and then follow with the hip, and then change the weight. Yeah? So we're going to do it 16 times. We're going to step on the downbeat with the right foot, and we're going to make the pivot towards the standing leg, so clockwise. Okay? Let's do it together. So feet together, straight posture, put your weight on the left, and we start with the right. And 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and, 8 more. 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and. Okay? Now we're going to do it to the other side. We will step on the downbeat with the left, and we're going to put the pivot towards the standing leg, just like we did before. So in this case, counterclockwise. Okay? Let's do it 16 times. Feet together, put your weight on the right, and we start with the left. And 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and, 8 more, 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and. Okay? Now let's do it again with right on the downbeat, but this time the pivot is not going to be towards the standing leg, it's going to be away from the standing leg. So counterclockwise. Okay? Let's do it. Feet together, weight on the left, and we start with the right. And 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and, 8 more, 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and. Okay? Now we're going to do it to the other side. We step on the downbeat with left and we make the pivot away from the standing leg. So in this case, clockwise. Okay? Feet together, put your weight on the right and we start with the left. And 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and, 8 more, 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and. Okay? Great. Let's go to the next exercise. Okay, now we're going to put the pivots on the crossed change of weight. So for the first one, we are going to put the left foot in front of the right. We're going to cross the left foot in front of the right foot. We are always going to step on the downbeat with the front foot. So it's going to be 1 and 2. And we are going to put a 90-degree pivot after the downbeat. In this case, the pivot will be away from the standing leg, so clockwise. So it's going to look like this: 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and. Okay? And then we will do it to the other side, and then we will change the directions of the pivots. So let's do the first one together with a metronome. So get ready, feet together, straight posture, tongue embrace, and now cross the left foot in front of the right. Keep your weight on the back foot because we're going to start with the one step in front and then we will do the pivot. Okay? 16 times, let's do it together. And 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and, 8 more, 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and. Okay? Now let's do it to the other side. Let's put the right foot in front of the left. Let's step on the downbeat with the front foot, and after the downbeat we put a pivot of 90 degrees away from the standing leg. So in this case counterclockwise 16 times. Okay? Let's do it together. And 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and, 6 pivot and, 7 pivot and, 8 pivot and, 8 more, 1 pivot and, 2 pivot and, 3 pivot and, 4 pivot and, 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay? If you have balance programs, bend the knees. This will also make it easier to have one knee behind the other if your legs are flexed. Okay? So now let's repeat the whole sequence by changing the direction of the pivot. We cross our left foot in front of the right, we step on the downbeat on the front foot, 1, but now we put the pivot towards the standing leg. So in this case, it's going to be counterclockwise. Okay? So, get ready, feet together, cross the left in front of the right, and we start with 1 step in front. Okay? 16 times. 1 pivot up, 2 pivot up, 3 pivot up, 4 pivot up, 5 pivot up, 6 pivot up, 7 pivot up, 8 pivot up, 8 more, 1 pivot up, 2 pivot up, 3 pivot up, 4 pivot up, 5 pivot up, 6 pivot up, 7 pivot and 8 pivot up. Okay? Now let's do it to the other side. We put the right foot in front of the left, we step on the downbeat on the front foot, and we put the pivot towards the standing leg. So in this case it's going to be clockwise. Okay? So get ready, cross the right foot in front of the left, and we start with 1 stepping front with the right. Okay? Together 16 times. 1 pivot up, 2 pivot up, 3 pivot up, 4 pivot up, 5 pivot up, 6 pivot up, 7 pivot up, 8 pivot up, 8 more, 1 pivot up, 2 pivot up, 3 pivot up, 4 pivot up, 5 pivot up, 6 pivot up, 7 pivot up, 8 pivot up. Okay? Great. Let's go to the next block. Okay, now we are going to combine pivots with change of leg front, where we change which foot is in front on each change of weight, like this. Okay? So how it works is like this. For the first exercise, on the downbeat, on the 1, we are going to cross the left foot in front of the right. Then after this we are going to do a pivot of 90 degrees towards the standing leg. So in this case, counterclockwise. And then on the and, we are going to cross the right foot in front of the left. And then we are going to repeat. So it's going to look like this. 1 left foot in front, pivot of 90 degrees counterclockwise, and right foot in front. Repeat. 2 left foot in front, pivot 90 degrees counterclockwise, and right foot in front. 3 left foot in front, pivot 90 degrees counterclockwise, right foot in front on the and left foot in front. 4 pivot and right foot in front. Okay? So let's do it 16 times with the metronome all together. Okay? So get ready, feet together, straight posture, arms in tango embrace, keep the arms low and the shoulders relaxed, and put your weight on the right foot, because on the 1 we're going to start with the left foot. Okay? So let's go. And 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and 8 more. 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay? Now let's do it to the other side. So on the downbeat, we're going to cross the right foot in front of the left. Yeah? Then we're going to do a pivot towards the standing leg. So in this case, it's going to be clockwise. And then on the and, we're going to cross the right foot, the left foot in front of the right. Yeah? So it's going to be like this. 1, right foot in front, pivot clockwise, and left foot in front. 2, right foot in front, pivot clockwise, left foot in front. 3, right foot in front, pivot, left foot in front. And 4, right foot in front, pivot, left foot in front. Okay? So let's do it 16 times with the metronome. Feet together and put your weight on the left, because on the one we're going to cross the right. And 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and 8 more. 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay, good. Now we're going to repeat these 2 exercises, but we're going to change the direction of the pivot. Yeah? So for example, for the next one, on the downbeat, we're going to cross again the left foot in front of the right. But then the pivot is not going to be towards the standing leg, it's going to be away from the standing leg. So in this case, clockwise. And then on the and, we are going to cross the right foot in front of the left. Yeah? So it's going to look like this. Slowly. 1, downbeat, left foot in front, pivot clockwise and right foot in front. 2, left foot in front, pivot clockwise, right foot in front. 3, left foot in front, pivot clockwise and right foot in front. And 4, left foot in front, pivot clockwise, right foot in front. Okay? Good. So let's do this 16 times with the metronome. Feet together and put your weight on the right foot, because on the one we start with the left. Okay? So let's do it together. 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and 8 more. 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay? For the last exercise of this block, we're going to do this to the other side. So, which means that on the downbeat, we are going to cross the right foot in front of the left. And then the pivot is not going to be towards the standing leg, so it's going to be away from the standing leg, so counterclockwise, 90 degrees. And then on the and, we are going to cross the left foot in front of the right, and then we repeat. So it's going to look like this. 1, right foot in front, pivot counterclockwise and left foot in front. 2, right foot in front, pivot counterclockwise, left foot in front. 3, right foot in front, pivot counterclockwise, left foot in front. 4, right foot in front, pivot counterclockwise, left foot in front. Okay? Good. So let's do it 16 times with a metronome. Feet together and put your weight on the left foot, because on the one we start with right. Okay? And 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and 8 more, 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay, so that was the block with pivots for change of weight to the front. Now let's do it to the back in the next section. Okay, in this last block we're going to combine pivots with change of leg back. So where we change which foot is behind in each change of weight. Okay, this one. So how it works is like this. For the first exercise, on the downbeat, on the one, we are going to cross the right foot behind the left. Okay, and then we are going to do 90 degrees pivot towards the standing leg, which is the back leg. So in this case is clockwise. Okay, and then on the and, we are going to cross the left foot behind the right, and then we're going to repeat. Okay, so it's going to look like this. 1, right behind left, pivot clockwise, left behind right. 2, right behind left, pivot clockwise and left behind right. 3, right behind left, pivot clockwise, left behind right. 4, right behind left, pivot clockwise, left behind right. Okay, so let's do it 16 times with the metronome together. Okay, so get ready, feet together, and then put your weight on the left foot, because on the one we are going to start with the right back. Okay, let's do it together. And 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and 8 more. 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay, now let's do this to the other side. So on the downbeat, on the one, we're going to cross the left foot behind the right. And then we're going to do a 90 degrees pivot towards the standing leg, which is the back leg. So in this case it's going to be 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay? And then on the and, we are going to cross the right foot behind the left. So it's going to look like this. 1, left behind right, pivot counterclockwise, and right behind left. 2, left behind right, pivot counterclockwise, right behind left. 3, left behind right, pivot counterclockwise, right behind left. 4, left behind right, pivot counterclockwise, and right behind left. Okay? Good. So let's do it together 16 times with the metronome. Prepare your feet and then put your weight on the left foot. Okay? And we start. And 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and 8 more. 1 pivot and 2 pivot and 3 pivot and 4 pivot and 5 pivot and 6 pivot and 7 pivot and 8 pivot and. Okay? Good. Now let's repeat these two exercises but changing the direction of the pivot. Instead of towards the standing leg, we pivot away from the standing leg. So for the next exercise, on the downbeat, we are going to cross again the right foot behind the left on the 1. And then we are going to do a 90 degrees pivot, not towards the standing leg, which is the back leg. We are going to do it away from the standing leg. So in this case it's going to be counterclockwise. And then on the and, we're going to cross the left foot behind the right. Yeah? So it's going to look like this now. 1, right behind left. Pivot counterclockwise, and then left behind right. 2, right behind left. Pivot counterclockwise, and left behind right. 3, right behind left. Pivot counterclockwise, and then left behind right. 4, right behind left. Pivot counterclockwise, and then left behind right. Okay? Good. So, let's do it 16 times with the metronome. Feet together, and put your weight on the left foot, because on the one we start with the right. Okay? And 1, pivot, and 2, pivot, and 3, pivot, and 4, pivot, and 5, pivot, and 6, pivot, and 7, pivot, and 8, pivot, and 8 more. 1, pivot, and 2, pivot, and 3, pivot, and 4, pivot, and 5, pivot, and 6, pivot, and 7, pivot, and 8, pivot, and. Okay? Now let's do this one to the other side. So on the downbeat, on the 1, we're going to cross the left foot behind the right. And then the pivot is not going to be towards the standing leg, so it's going to be away from the standing leg. So in this case, it's clockwise, okay? And then on the and, we're going to cross the right foot behind the left. And then we're going to repeat. So it's going to look like this. 1, left behind right. Pivot clockwise and right behind left. 2, left behind right. Pivot clockwise and right behind left. 3, left behind right. Pivot clockwise and right behind left. 4, left behind right. Pivot clockwise and right behind left. Okay? Good. So let's do it together 16 times with the metronome. Feet together, and then put your weight on the right, because we will start with the left. Okay? And 1, pivot, and 2, pivot, and 3, pivot, and 4, pivot, and 5, pivot, and 6, pivot, and 7, pivot, and 8, pivot, and 8 more. 1, pivot, and 2, pivot, and 3, pivot, and 4, pivot, and 5, pivot, and 6, pivot, and 7, pivot, and 8, pivot, and. Okay? Good. So, this was the last block. It was a bit complicated at the end, but you can watch this last section as many times as you need until you understand the logic. But it's really simple. You have to cross in front, yeah? Or you have to cross behind. In each exercise, you just change which foot crosses in front or which foot crosses behind, and then you change the direction of the pivot. One time you do it on one side, the other time you do it on the other side. And that gives you all these 4 combinations of steps that you can do. And this will improve a lot your coordination with the legs and your possibilities when you dance in the milonga on tri combinations. And for all the exercises that we did, I recommend you to make really compact movements. Yeah? So for example, when you are changing the feet, try to move the leg as close as possible to the standing leg. Yeah? Like what we did without the pivots or with the pivots. Yeah? Just move your legs really compact. Okay? So I hope you have fun. Try these exercises with different tempos. Try faster, every time a little bit more. and then I hope that this will help you. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.